So at first I saw the trailer for this film and I thought it looked okay, but the plot really interested me. A man stuck on an entire planet by themselves. I read the book and then I was really excited to see the film. So The Martian, I've read the book, is directed by Ridley Scott, stars Matt Damon, Jeff Daniels, Jessica Chastain, Michael Pena, Kate Mara, that guy with the unpronounceable name, Donald Glover, Christian Wiig, and a whole bunch of people in this huge cast to do this huge movie directed by Ridley Scott. Sean Bean's in this film as well, forgot about that one. So the plot of this film is really simple. There's a group of astronauts sent on a mission to Mars. They get hit by a storm and they need to abort the mission. Unfortunately, an astronaut named Mark Watney gets hit in the storm, and then the other astronauts have to assume that he's dead, abandon the mission, but miraculously Mark Watney survived, and now he has to fight for survival on this planet trying to kill him. So as I've said, I've read the book, and after reading the book, I was so excited to see the film, because the book just wasn't what I expected at all. How the trailer advertised this film was quite a sort of serious story about this guy trying to survive on Mars, but the trailer didn't show any of the lightheartedness, the humour and the optimism that the book did, and thankfully that shines through a lot in this film. Mark Watney is the perfect person to be stranded on Mars. He's so optimistic, so ingenuitive, and he's so resourceful, and you know, he's laughing all the time, like trying to, you know, survive in this place. You know, I went to the live premiere of this film, and there was an interview with Ridley Scott, and something that he said was that he finds humour really important in life. It helps you get through life and deal with all the crap that you get in life, and I think he illustrated that perfectly in this film. Okay, let's talk about the performances. The performances are excellent. Matt Damon and Jeff Daniels particularly stand out in this film, both giving great performances, which might be nominated for Oscars. I'm not too sure if they will, but everyone is excellent in this film. Like, no one gives a bad performance. There isn't one character that you think, oh, that they let the film down. Everyone gives a great performance. Like, some of the characters are minor characters and don't have a lot to do, but they're still great in what they're given to do. So in this film it cuts between Mars and Earth all the time. So on Mars we get Mark surviving and trying to, you know, make his food source last longer on this planet, and we go back to Earth and NASA and see how they're trying to, you know, come up with some sort of rescue mission to save Mark. What was one of the worries in the book was, you know, it was like, oh well, what if I'm more interested in Mark's story and it's going to cut back to Earth all the time? And there was a little bit of that in the book, like, you know, you wanted to get back to Mark when it cut to Earth. But I went to see this film with two other people, and they were saying that they enjoyed the Earth stuff more in the film, which is credit to the filmmaker, because I mean I totally see where they're coming from, because all the drama is happening on Earth really. So, you know, on Mars we get the thrills and the suspense and the tension of seeing Mark trying to survive, but on Earth, you know, we get the politics and the drama, you know, all these people arguing about how to save Mark. You know, can we get the money from the government to fund this mission? If we do this, we might, you know, kill him and might kill the other astronauts. Really something to be had for everyone in this film. I know it's cliche to say, but there really is. There's, you know, they've got drama, there's thrills, there's tension, there's great humour, and there's a lot of, I mean, I've read the book, so I knew everything that was happening, but I can see people going into this film and just not expecting some of the brilliant things that are in this film. I'm not going to spoil any more than that. Okay, let's talk about Ridley Scott's direction. I mean, Ridley Scott he really is a masterful filmmaker. What Ridley Scott excels at is creating worlds. Like in Alien, for example, you know, he made this fully believable world where, you know, we were like, yeah, you know, people go out in space and, you know, excavate planets and discover things, and, you know, it's just a fully believable world. And again, he excels at this in The Martian. One of the main reasons why he excels is because the world he creates isn't too far from our own world that we live in now. You know, it's technically a sci-fi, but really, you know, a lot of people say, I felt like this when I read the book, like, it feels like you're reading a historical event that's really happened. You know, that's how real this film feels. And, you know, there's nothing in this film that looks science fiction-y. Like, the ship that takes them from Earth to Mars is a bit futuristic, you know, it's a bit bigger than any spacecraft that humans have created today, but it's not too far off. You know, there's no technology there that isn't being used by humans. There's no hyperspace engines or anything from Star Wars, you know, it's all realistic stuff with solar panels and, you know, rotating gravity things that geniuses have made in NASA. And the look and the special effects in this film are spectacular, stunning. Ridley Scott, again, he loves his practical sets. He doesn't use too much CGI. Like, all the stuff on Earth is definitely practical. I saw interviews with Jeff Daniels and he was saying that the mission control room for NASA, it was huge and it was real, and he couldn't believe that Ridley Scott had done this for them. And all the stuff on Mars, I'm pretty sure that it was filmed on location in a desert somewhere. I'm not too sure about that. And then they must have just added CGI for the colour of Mars, like the orange and the reds and stuff. But I mean, it all looks real, and you know, I barely noticed CGI in this film. And that's such a credit to a film when you say I can't notice CGI. It looks like space and it looks like Mars. That's the biggest praise I can give this film. If anyone doubted Ridley Scott before, then those doubts have been absolutely shoved out the door with this film, because this is easily one of Ridley Scott's best films, and it's probably the best film so far this year, at least in my opinion. So as I've already said, this is one of my favourite films of the year, if not my favourite film of the year, and it absolutely gets 5 stars, and I'm gonna say Castaway meets Gravity made better. What do you guys think of The Martian? If you've read the book or seen the film or both, please let me know your opinions, leave a comment and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching, thanks for my 12 subscribers, and see you later. If people who read the book see the film, there's one change that they made which did put me off guard a little bit, and I didn't really like it. It didn't ruin the film, but I can see a lot of people on subreddits and the internet who've read the book complaining about this one tiny change. It's not really a tiny change, it's quite a huge change, but it didn't ruin the film, but it's there, and I know that a lot of people are going to notice this.